Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In today's video, we're gonna be making over this fireplace. And it's not just any fireplace, it's my mom's fireplace. This is me and my brother, Christmas 1997. We can't find any photos of when it was installed, but we think it might have been either that year or the previous year. So after over 2 decades, it's safe to say this sucker needs an update. And that's what we're gonna do in this video.
This is my fireplace that I've had for probably 25 years, and it's had this same covering, this particle board, and it's kind of aged quite a bit over these years, so I think it's time for a good update.
So since this is her fireplace, we're gonna let her do the honors of first bits of demolition. It shouldn't be too hard with this mantle. Say bye.
Goodbye.
So here's the framing from 1997, 98?
Probably about 97, 98, somewhere around there. As you can tell by the wallpaper that's behind it.
Yeah, there's our old wallpaper. The fireplace always had this like curve to it. These two side 2x4s bow in. So we're gonna fix that. So for all you young folks out there, this is wallpaper. Back in the day, you didn't take the wallpaper down, you just wallpapered over it.
Wallpapered over it.
You can see here, we've got a few different designs. We've got our vertical wallpaper and then kind of this mock chair rail. Got a nice floral pattern as well. Jess is here. She's gonna step us through the design.
Up here, we're gonna do some horizontal shiplap. There's already some shiplap over here on the other side of the room, but we're just gonna do it on a different scale. It's gonna be a pretty thin scale, just all the way up on the sides. And then I think you all said you're going to add a cedar for the mantle. I'm not talking properly. We're gonna add a cedar mantle as well to match the cedar.
Something to match this beam that is a support beam.
Yeah,
for that portion.
There's a lot of horizontal lines going on in the house. We have some shiplap over here, which we actually did a couple of years ago, maybe a year ago. And then my mother-in-law, Carol, she also had this beadboard put up, so there's some horizontal lines there. We did not do that.
Slide over there. So we're gonna work out of the carport here since it's been raining. We don't want to get all our stuff wet, but we are ready to start building. Good morning, we are ready to rock and roll. I have already kind of played around with some ideas of what the next phase of this is.
We have a line here. We're trying to make it even. We're trying to make our shiplap even with the shiplap that we have going on over on this side of the wall. I know this is at an angle, but we wanted the top to be similar to what the top looks like over here because that is a cut piece. We didn't want the top over here to be really, really tiny or really large. But we're in luck because from here to here we can fit the exact amount of shiplap pieces. We were gonna put a piece of trim here, like a 1x4 or something, but since this perfectly works out the distance between these two to fit, we're just gonna go with that. We are gonna do trim on the sides. We were gonna start with that, but instead we're going to end with that because this fireplace pitches forward a little bit.
Let me explain that further. The fireplace, the top of it is pitched forward, but our studs here are perfectly plumb. My hope is that starting with the shiplap and then going over the top of the shiplap, the thickness of that material will be close to what this flange issue is. It'll probably be pitched forward instead because of, because this is not a 1/2 inch, it'll be closer to straight up and down, it going about it this way than the previous way, if that makes sense. It is very bright out here right now. First 2 cut. Jess is gonna do the next 6.
Yeah.
Feel pretty confident?
Yeah, I'm just cold. It's cold outside, and I showered like right before I came out, so my hair's still wet. So that's my only regret right now.
All right, so this final board I had to cut down or just rip it to where it would fit up in here. And then I did a little 30-degree bevel. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. From this angle, it really shows the pitch of the fireplace. You can see there's not as significant of a gap right here. That's 3/8 right there versus almost a 1/2 inch. I think going about it that way will help. It will keep it, it'll keep this trim piece, keep our trim pieces straight up and down so they're not bowing or anything like that. And we just let the flaw be the flaw. So everything is built the right way, plumb, square, straight, and the fireplace is just what the fireplace is. So we've moved on to our sides now, making those cuts. Jess is outside doing the cuts for us.
I might read my book.
Yeah, do your thing for a little bit. Oh my gosh, babe.
Did you get it? Perfect.
That right there, y'all, that right there.
They don't know that I've been cutting all of these pieces of
You
the
did.
wood.
You cut all of those pieces and all of those. And all of those. And she's like, you are like a child prodigy. Like,
I'm
you just
quick.
have it. I
I'm
showed
quick.
her what to do and she just did it. All right, so right here, this one right here, the wall buckles in a little bit or curves in. And so it wasn't quite fitting. So I had to scribe it. So basically I just took my pencil, put it up against the wall from the top to the bottom, and then found my mark. Got my mark, and then took it to the miter saw and found the angle, and then cut it at its bevel, and it fits like a glove. Okay, maybe not like a perfect glove, but like
Fits
you
pretty
know,
well.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, we're on the left side of the fireplace, and we have quite a few cuts to get done rather quickly. So Justin has put me in charge of doing the cuts because I'm speedy fast, right?
Yeah,
That's why.
You're perfect.
Yeah, I didn't make one single cut wrong last time, did I? I did. What we're doing is we have to make a bevel cut 45-degree angles with our miter saw. I already have it at 45 degrees angled. Then we keep a tidy workspace.
Okay, so tidy workspace.
Tidy
and-
workspace.
and what?
Now we measure. We're doing 11 3/8. I have marked it here with a pencil so I don't forget. Because last time I made one cut wrong. Because I guess I forgot. When we set our stuff down, we switch it back.
Look at you.
I'm quick.
You are a miter saw pro.
Because it's too bright, we have to test our cut.
Yeah, you can't use your shadow line, so you have to.
That looks pretty good. And now we cut. Now I'm going to make about 20 more.
All right, it's about 5:30 now. We're about ready to wrap up for the day, but I'm finishing up the trim. I got one more piece to cut. Okay, so this top trim piece, we're working with a popcorn ceiling, and it is not, it's rough. And I want to try to get it as close as possible without having to scribe it to a million popcorns, right? So I'm gonna do just like I normally do, just like put a back bevel on it. The only thing that touches the ceiling is the front edge. Okay, so when I say back bevel, that's what this means. So this is the front, and this is the top edge, and so none of this material is going to touch the ceiling. The only thing that's going to touch is this top piece. All right, so it didn't help tremendously, and we're having kind of the same issue that we had with this shiplap, where the ceiling dips right here in the middle, and I don't want to scribe it.
But I think that is small enough we could easily have that with caulk up there.
So the problem is it's not going to line up somewhere.
Yeah, I think you should go like how it is, and then we'll just caulk the sides there.
You want me to just take the easy way out?
No, I don't know that it would be. I think it would be physically impossible to scribe it. No. It's getting late, you guys. Dinner is over there being prepared.
Just scribe it real quick.
No. It will look funny. Trust me.
It's not going to look funny. It's here.
This is Justin's last thing to do.
It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be this section right here.
He's adding more and more.
I'm not adding.
Everyone's waiting.
I'm actually taking.
Everyone's waiting on you, Justin. You're a star of poor Mima.
Look, right there. That's all that needs to come off.
I thought you were just gonna caulk it.
He was.
All right, everybody's fussing at me because I really want to make this look really good. The only thing, this is right here. See that line right there? That's all that I got to take off. That right there is that hump in the ceiling.
Okay.
And that's where this little guy right here comes into play. I don't have to cut it or anything like that.
Well,
With
you
a
best
table
get
saw.
to it because it's chilly. Tell him how cold it is.
It's not that cold. All we got to do, come in here real quick.
Oh.
All we got to do is just
Close.
take off that line.
Is that it?
That's it.
The moment of truth.
See how much better that is?
You guys.
Now, there is still a bit of a gap because of the ceiling, but our corners are lined up now.
I think you can give me a piece of bread.
I think that works.
Honey.
Okay, we'll see you in the morning. Good morning, everyone. It's day 3 of this project, and we just got back from Lowe's to get more material for the rest of this project. There's 3 main things that we have to complete. Number 1 is the mantle. Number 2 is painting the fireplace, the middle part here. And then number 3 is our base.
I have got my tiny little paint roller, and I'm going to paint the fireplace where the paint has chipped off. We're gonna start there and then see if we need to paint the whole entire thing or just that one little section. So fingers crossed.
There was a dog here.
Dog hair.
We got our angles right. We're good there. We're good here. Thick stuff right here. Thank you. Okay, we're moving on to the mantle. We're gonna do a cedar, kind of faux cedar beam, but what we're gonna, our structural piece is gonna be a piece of 4x4. We'll attach that to the actual studs of the wall, and we'll construct the box out of cedar, and we'll put that over the top of it.
thought when he was first talking about it, that was gonna be the actual mantle. Get down.
Okay, good. No nails.
There you go.
All right, what you doing now? This is the final cut.
It's gonna be tricky because the trim is in the way here. So I might need to actually take these two up.
It's like a puzzle. Gosh! That was brute strength. Stop. No, do not. Don't hurt yourself. So what happened?
Like a glove. It fit like a glove. Okay, so I could take a sliver more off, but it's in a corner where you're not gonna see. Don't show them. Don't show them. But you know, pretty proud of that.
Ding, ding, ding.
Pretty proud of that.
I showed him.
Here we go.
Stop. No wonder he's like that. Look at this. We're done.
Yeah.
Does this mean we get to go home now?
No.
What do we have to do next?
Sand. Fill the holes. Make it look pretty.
All right. Well, let's get on that.
All right, guys, we are finally done with this fireplace. It's been a long weekend, but we've wrapped it up. A few things that we did off camera. Number one is deal with this seat, this platform, okay? And to reiterate, there were a lot of issues with this fireplace. Not all the issues, but just minor inconveniences that really affected how we constructed this, okay? So when it came to this platform, we decided to go with just some of the primed pine that we had already been using. We had to make some fancy cuts, some angled cuts that were a little difficult, but we got it. It's not absolutely perfect, but
I think your brain almost exploded.
I think my brain almost exploded last night trying to figure out these angles, but we did it, and it's totally fine. It works perfect. I think it's gonna get painted in the future. We're not gonna be doing that because we've got to hit the road. We got to get back home. The mantle is probably gonna stay the same color. We might eventually do some type of stain to match that, a little bit of a darker, because this is kind of light. One final thing, the access to the gas is actually behind here, and it was before, and there was no access point to it, which you're supposed to have access to it. So we created a little door, just a little handle, and it just pops off just like that. And then we can reach in here, which I need to go ahead and do, and turn on the gas. And then yeah, we just slip that back in there. Just like so.
We're working with limited decor for this mantle. The previous mantle that we had up here, it extended out a bit further. So we are limited in what we can put up on the mantle. So we just threw some things down here on the bottom, and then I searched around my mother-in-law's home, and we found some things that we could put up here, and we got a couple of small items from Lowe's for her as well. It's kind of got just a casual, warm but beachy vibe to it, and that tends to be her style a bit more. So I'm trying to convince her that we need to paint these walls a brighter blue and stray away from some of the gray here on the walls, and I think maybe we can convince her to do that. So if you think she should paint her walls a light airy blue to kind of bring in more of a coastal feel, please add that to the comments down below.
All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button if you want to see more DIY home renovation projects just like this. It really helps the channel out, and you'll get to see future content. Until next time, we'll see you in the next project.